And have you noticed the first sentence of the video? Owning a car, don't do it. So BMW is in fact really encouraging people not to buy cars. You can find that a little bit paradoxical, but nevertheless, some people will never buy cars because they don't want they don't really care about status. But even if you care about status, you can drive this. They won't own a car because they don't need a permanent car usage, and also because the obstacles for about renting rather than owning things is the difficulties to access, and of course here with free floating, with opening the car with your telephone. Yes?
I just have a question.
Yes?
Do you know if Drive Now is actually profitable?
No, I don't.
Because I know that it was initially founded as a marketing initiative to push like the cars of BMW.
No, I don't know if they are profitable because I don't know if they have a. It's not. It's like for Michelin, they don't publish separately the results of this solutions entity, and I think it's the same for Drive Now. But what I think is that what really matters is to understand, of course, the shift from ownership to on-demand access. And that, of course, for things which don't need to be permanently withheld, there's no reason maybe to buy them if you can access them easily. So free floating and geolocalization makes it easy to find, and then it's a purely variable cost, not by mile, because there are a lot of traffic jams in the city, so by the minute. But what I wanted to show you is this. Yes?
That's in London, the prices of owning a car were just absolutely soaring, and then they knew they would anyway lose clients, BMW would say.
Well,
the demand for an efficient public transport, and all of a sudden they find a way to get into a market, a new market, and create a new market that ensures that car stays in city centers, which is not the policy that London is going for.
Yeah, it's true. All that you say is true. Is it new? In fact, what is new is the fact that it's a car maker who does it. And it's also a car maker who speaks in terms of don't own. So, so there's this little bit of schizophrenia where they have two types of clients: those who will still keep owning a BMW because it's a status car, or because they need it permanently, or because they don't trust in the reliability and availability of cars, or maybe it's because they need it outside London. And all that is true. I think that the TCO of a car is enormous, and most of the TCO is related to ownership rather than usage. So the key question is today is: do you want to own a car for the sake of owning, or do you want to pay on demand on a variable basis? Do you prefer a fixed cost or a variable cost? What is new also, I think, what I really appreciated and struck me in the film is the profusion of verbs which are used. It's constantly hammered: find it, drive it, drop it. And I read an excellent book which is called The Inevitable, and see what they explain here. In fact, the guy is talking about the shift toward processes also means ceaseless change in the fate for everything we make. We are moving away from the world of fixed nouns and towards a world of fluid verbs. When I read that, I really thought about that Drive Now things. In fact, you understand that Drive Now is opposed to own permanently, and that those three verbs, find it, drive it, drop it, is exactly what the guy is saying. In fact, in the next 30 years, he will continue to take solid things, an automobile, a shoe, and turn them into intangible verbs. Products will become services and processes embedded with high doses of technology. An automobile becomes a transportation service, a continuously updated sequence of materials rapidly adapting to customer usage. You can think, when you read that sentence, think about Tesla. Tesla has transformed the car into a software. A part of the appeal of the Tesla cars is the fact that the software is continuously changing, updating the car and transforming it, making it a plastic thing. But also the plasticity of things is related, according to me, to this idea of verbs, of action verbs, rather than it's really static verbs versus active verbs, owning permanently and with a car parked as versus a car being used.